Okay, now let's see. The following problem. We have the enemy formation, or the competitor, which looks like this. It has 3 slots in front, which are the front. You can fight with them if they land there and materialize. If there are only 3 or less, that's fine. They will just land here, and that's it. But what if they're the how to say, the swarm is not only 3 Orblings? What if there are even more? I want them to line up behind them. Now there are 2 different ways to do this, maybe both at the same time. I talked about this last time, where if we kill one, the one behind it just replaces it. But we could also do a wave system where like 2 die, but the rest behind them wait until this guy dies, and then they form up like a wave. Now, of course, doing it like a wave would be easy because then I would know, okay, these are already set for a slot and so on. So they will just move one further, and maybe there are just like waves where there's only one and whatever. And then the next one could still be like this. Or I could also do it like this. If there is a wave like this, then automatically they move forward, but that would be stupid because that I can control myself. But what do we do here? Here we have 2 different approaches because we could say, hey, this guy dies, then not necessarily this guy has to move. Maybe it's like always the most left one prioritized, and then the guy behind him needs to come in front. Or is it like a snake? Which could make it like a puzzle game. You don't control your Orblings to fight specific ones. They have a programmed priority which side they will attack. So you wouldn't be able to play around with puzzle effects, of course. And it would make it probably too easy if you could like hold 2 defensive or non-helping Orblings in check while depleting the supply of Orblings until everyone dies, and then that's not fun. That was that would just force the player to exploit a mechanic instead of having a game rule that they have to obey. So the snake thing doesn't matter because we cannot control our Orblings anyway. So it will still be valid. Now do we just do the snake? Do we do slot Q? Do we do wave? Or do we do all? or even mixes. I think that would be overkill. Hmm. Very interesting. So I like this approach and this approach. This one, I'm not so sure. This one works. What it's like, I mean, the slot queue also has its disadvantages. Like if you have this formation and then there's a queue, what if you have an Orpling formation on your side which always prioritizes this one first, this one second, this one third? Then it will just deplete this first and then this one instead going. Oh, I mean, maybe that's not bad. The bad thing is, of course, if they deplete, then there is only one monster left. There's nothing here. And then they will just deplete that row, making the fight very easy. I guess wave 1 would make it more equal. Every wave would have a strong phase and a weak phase. And the snake one would also solve this, because there would be always a substitute in there. Only the problem is, of course, that if you always target one enemy, the other ones stay. Could be potentially bad or potentially good for the player. So maybe waves is very balanced and better. I could maybe also play around with some abilities which knock out enemies after a certain of hits back to the line or something. Or maybe abilities where they can tag team. But if we do that, what would enemies do if they use that same ability against the player? How do they move? Maybe then the player is forced to turn to an element or something. Could be an option. So I guess we will go with the wave one. And the rest is not that important. The other ones have some disadvantages game design wise that I don't like. Huh. Okay, then if we do it like waves, I need to be able to form a cluster where I can say slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 150, and so on. Meaning then there are also empty spaces. That would be stupid. Well, okay, maybe if there is an empty one that will just get deleted and everyone back will be moved forward. Also, how do I do that? If these are killed and then I need to tell this thing to move a row in front. Hmm. Do I put it in their names? Do I have a tool to add them? Huh. I could also write a Unreal utility blueprint where I have a UI where I can form a Orpling thing and then press a button and then it will just add these things into there. Hmm. And what do I do with abilities like revive? Can they revive waves back? Something to keep in mind. Would be very, very annoying to have beaten a hard wave and then a new wave comes in with just one monster and that one just uses a skill that revives all the other Orblings and then all the waves come back from the dead and the one monster that was the last will be sent way back and then you have to start over again or something. No, that's bad. We cannot do that. But I have to be right back for a sec. Alright, I'm back, and the problem is not gone. How do we solve it? Do I just... like give Orblings an index now? Or are they like... maybe I'll... don't I have an array? Or a map? Huh. I think the problem with this map is that I always have to give it a name. And I rather not. And it's fine, I guess. I could also use a tool which adds an Orbling with an... Can I actually? Come on. Like this, and then we say this is colon editor. What happens now? So there is no button if we do that. And if I remove this, magically it's there. I guess I could add variables here that are only used for development. Okay, we could use that. this, open up. So if it contains this thing, I should maybe also look that this one is not empty. Come on! Valid. If this is valid, go further. Look if the to be added presentation entity is already in the list. If it is already in the list, do nothing. If it is not in the list, then add them to the list with a random ID, integer. How big is this thing? Ah, there was the max. Let's see, maximum 9999999. 1 million should be fine, right? Famous last words. Okay, now I have to make this into a string. To string, and from string to name. So with this, if it does not contain, we add that thing. Boop. Maybe we call this def, and this one also category def. Now let's remove the 7th. Let's say the 7th and then do this. Now it is added. If I press again, it won't go there because it's already there. Very good. Now let's make some error messages. Error. Def to, oh wait, def to add variable is not valid. this one. Value already in list. Yes, this should be fine. So with this, I can now just add the things without always thinking about naming them. But if the random number is one that is also already there, I should make a thing where it relooks and attempts to, yeah, this is not good, contains. So let's make another random int. Sure. Let's do it like this. Let's take this away. So if that contains this, we have to retry. While if it contains, this is true, which means it will be in the loop body. Let's make an end. If it contains this and an index is still not reached, local loop index. If this one is smaller or equal than 3, so it will go 0, go loop, 1 loop, 2 loop, and on 3 it will abort. Which means we need to add 1 and set this. Also do this. And if it's not in there, then we do this. Small little function. So this is our first try. Then it will do 3 loops for a total of 4 tries. So being in the loop, it will be the second try already, and this index is 0. So we add 2. Try 2, try 3, try 4, and then it will stop. Okay. Ideally, it will never go here, but there is a small chance that it will go there. And for that, we have this little function. Okay, so this is done. Little tangent. This we don't need, I would assume. Or maybe we will, but let's keep it for now, and then after it gets still deleted. But now I can like dump this, say 5, add arpling, add it again, doesn't work. Error, def to add re variable, value already in list, which is this. Okay, then we go to 6, add, and 7, add. Okay, now our standard encounter. The first 3 ARP in there will be, I should look if all of them are valid. Oh, but I cannot add empty, can I? Maybe I want to add empty. So if this one is not valid, I should actually just skip that part and maybe make a warning. Warning, adding empty. Like this. Wait, if this never works, what happens then? Then it will just replace. This is not good. We cannot do this. We have to abort. We have to do 2 ifs. If contains true, then if this guy and this one is then an error message. Print error, all tries failed. For the small chance it ever happening. No, this is safe. Okay. So, this one is empty. Warning, adding an empty, which we want. Maybe I also need a function where I can exchange the order. Oh no, I can do that here already, can't I? I can't actually. Damn. Why? Why can't I do that? Huh. Okay, wait. I want to see how this works with an array. Let's do it like this. Expose. Look, here I can do that. But here we cannot. Okay. Swap. Map elements. Def swap 1. Name. Def swap 2. So this one maybe we will call def add. Def swap. Like this. Oh damn. This is not easy if I don't have an index. Shit. So we have to split. Maybe I should implement this when I need it. Let's come back to this. Like this. Valid, not valid. Valid, not valid. Valid, not valid. And maybe I shouldn't use a map. It helps with this though. Makes it more clean. Okay, we will keep it. Whatever. And this one is not the representation entity map anyway. Come to think of it, do we actually have orb links? I could use this instead. Is this in order? Should be. Find. Get. So register. Here we are adding them. Create. Standard encounter. Uh-oh. Why standard encounter? Find references. Okay, wait. This is important now. Ah, come on. Please stay there. Is this also? Ah, okay. Because it is different, I see. Fine. Okay. So we add it here. And also here. It's fine then. And it goes by order, but what if we have nothing? This will go and say no. But it will add it anyway with an empty. Looks fine to me then. So I could use Orpling FE. Was it called that? FE? What is it called again? FE Orplings. What the fuck? Like this. Now I can use this. And get it from there. Instead of using this, I could use this. This is fighting, so it's fine. Then I don't need this thing right now. Oh, we need this though. Okay, make it a little cleaner. Now the question is, where do we use this ever? We do use it. So we use it here. And here. So we don't use it, actually. We just use it here to fill it. I mean, fine, okay, maybe we can use it for other things, but if we never use it, we can delete it. For now, let's keep it there. We never know if we need it or not, I guess. And this is a fighting entity. It could also have the summoner. So it is its own thing. Alright, then if it's valid, tell him to go. And then we do this. Right. And now this is the part where it's funny. Because we have to keep the wave in memory and then pull them up again. We could use a current wave index, and if it's 0, it will use these frontal orplings, which are like the first orplings from here. So 0, 1, 2, and then we'd go index 1. 1 multiplied by 3. Plus 1 and plus 2. And we would have the correct things. We have to calculate how many waves there are and tell all the orplings to go one slot in front. We will use that. In the actual fight, here we know it is always 0. Just need to be careful never to have 0, 0, 0 waves, like, no, like not valid waves, or else this code can break. Okay. How though? I have to divide by 3 or something? Or do I go wave by wave? Is there a for loop where I can tell him the increment to be 3 instead of just 1? I mean, we could do it differently, of course. We could start with 0 and then go length divided by 3 or something like that. Without calculating, of course. We have to calculate how many waves there are. Let's do that real quick. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is maybe another 6. This is 1, 2, 3 waves. The length of this thing is 7. Divided by 3, this one would give us 2 whatever waves. So we have to round it up. 1, 2, 3 waves. Divided by 3 and then round up. No. Ceiling. Wait, maybe I should make a float out of this. Float. Divide. Make float. And this one like this. So I can divide by 3 and then I can say C floor. How to write ceiling? Float. Float here. Absolute sail. Round I up towards positive infinity up to the next integer. Minus 1 plus 1.6 becomes minus 1 and 1.6 becomes 2. This is what we want. So if we have 0 divided by 2, that would give us 0. 1 divided by 2, 0 point whatever, and so on, and we would get 1. 3 divided by 0 divided by 3, I mean. 3 divided by 3 would give us 1. That's not good. Zero divided by 3 gives us 0. This stays 0, 1, 1, 2, 2. This is not what we want. I can also just floor it and then add 1. 0 divided by 3 is 0. 1 divided by 3 is 0 dot something. 0 dot. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 4 divided by 3 is 1 dot. 1 dot and 2. So if I floor it, which is like just divide, which will floor it to go back to old math notes, uncheck enable type promotion. Will this floor? And then we just add 1. Should be fine, right? Just have to find the wave now, which is the same, I guess. So we begin by 0. Until the last index being 0. Like this, actually. And then hey, how to say your name? A mood? No problems, man. I can explain anything you want. Just calculating right now. I hope I didn't miss you because I didn't look at chat for a long time now. So now we have the waves, which is this here. Now with get the index of the wave multiplied by 0, no, added by 0, and then plus 1, 2. I guess we have the wave index, which is this, multiplied by 3. This first one is 0, so this is 0. And then we do plus 1 and plus 2, and then we say we get it raw from this guy, the first and the second. No, the second and the third. And now we don't have slots to tell him where to go. Not only that, what do I do when a wave is dead? I still need to get those guys to the correct slots. How? Damn. Do I create slots to be able to use this, or do I make its own? I mean, I could create them. Scene components, then let's scene component, add scene component. Then I just need to know this transform I have to give him, which is just this one. So we need to know actor position. It's relative, so we don't need the actor position because it is already 0, 0, 0. We just need to know that we need 3 of these. And then like this. Something like this. And then we just need the correct position, which is front left. It's located at 100. So we should go 150. So which is minus 50 and then in 150. Minus 50. Minus 250. Minus 50. 0 and minus 50. 250. Like this. And then I like this. This one is a constant. I guess it doesn't matter with these things. Can only make... Huh? What is this then? A constant function. Can't you do constant variables as well? I guess I still don't understand. It's fine. So, this one is the leftmost. X is the one which will change. Minus 250. 0. And 250. Slot. This. Dynamic slots. Have to add these. This comes here. This comes here. Come on, please. Like so. $250, $250. And all we have to do now is plus or minus, of course, minus 50 multiplied the wave and this gap, which is minus 50. Or maybe we will just make it 50 because we don't want the other direction. And if we want, I have to change that, but we will do it like this to force it to one direction. Or, I mean, I could say minus and it would go to the other, to the front, but I don't care. Okay, so this guy, this one we need 3 times. Because this will always stay the same. Perfect, now this works. Now of course we have to be careful because we don't want to do this if there is... We want to do this. This is still fine, but we don't want to do this if this is not valid. No. Like this. Okay. So, when the slot is added, look if it's valid. If it's valid, do this. And if it's not valid, go to the next slot. Same with you. If it's not valid, go here. Not valid, we do nothing. If it's valid, we do the command. Now this works. It should form them correctly. We should not start with index 0 because index 0 is this one. You have to start with 1, which means this will not be triggered. Print the index. So this will print with this first loop a 0, and I would assume that it will not go there. But this will still get triggered, which means if I go play, it should still move those ARP links to their correct places, which they do. Okay. There are some lightnings. I guess there's a thunder outside. So, encounter 1. Let's duplicate this. Left, center, right. For 1 left. Like this. And then I tell this guy to add this one. Interesting. This guy. Like this. This one, edit. And if I play now, it should form behind them. But it did not go there because now let's think what's going on here. We don't care about that. We have to look what's going on here. Play. 4 ARP links divided by 3. Let's say 1. Okay, wait. Print. So maybe this one needs to be +1. I assumed if it's 1 equals 1, it would do something, but maybe it does not. It does. It's valid. Not valid, not valid. What's going on here? Maybe huh? Interesting, wait. Wait, what's going on here? This must be valid. It's not valid. Was it not created? Maybe I'm not creating it. I mean, could be. Let's see what's going on here. It has 4. So it needs to create it. Which means that happens. This guy needs to be 4, yes. Default scene root representation is also there. Why does it fail then? When I'm here? Does this give me the wrong one? Yes, it does give me the wrong one. Or does it? Let's see. Boop. This guy. This is one. Fighting NT3. I mean, huh? Why is that not valid? What the hell? It is valid. Just skipped it. So it does not go to the print. What happens here then? So it goes here. Why? Stop. Why is this 0? Ah. Gets... Interesting. Is this 0? Minus 100. I mean, there is an index error there because I want it to be minus 50, but relative. Tell me. Minus 700, minus 250. What is actor location? Okay. So it is correct. Or rather, there is something. Why why doesn't it fly then? Fucking hate this. I mean, okay, this doesn't matter anyway. What matters is this. Oh, was it that? No. I don't see why it shouldn't fly there. Oh, I'm not initializing it. I'm not initializing it. That's the problem. Oh damn, what a stupid error of mine. It's this guy, right? Like this. So now it should work. Okay. Maybe the height is not correct. Maybe it's minus positive z. I have to add some. Let's see. This. Okay, now it should work. Looks good. Nice. I could add more, of course. Let's add 4 more. Like this. Let's also initialize them before we forget. Like this. And add them to the list. How do I say that this should be none? Like this. Let's add a 0. I'm not sure, can you hear the rain? I guess you can hear the rain. 9. Oh, that was stupid of me. Oh, let's remove it altogether. 9. Edge. So this one is 1, this one is 1. Let's add a 0, 10, edge, 11, edge. Move this one, edge, and 12, edge. Now what I think would happen is these 3 are in front, then the next row is this gap this, next row is gap this, and next row is gap this nothing. At least this is what I hope. Let's see if it works. Okay, maybe the gap between them is too low. Looks fine though. Something, gap something, gap something, something, gap something. Something, gap something, gap something, something, gap something. Yes, looks fine. Stop there. There are errors. That's not good. X is none. Ah, of course, because I am not checking if something is valid. I have to fix that. We don't need this anymore. Go here. The gap should be 150 maybe. Yes, looks better now. Maybe I should add some Z and make it so then it goes like this. And then you can see that it rises up. For now it's fine. Now we just have to find the errors. X not trying to read bind event. Okay, let's see. If I'm here, assign to slots, create fighting entities and assign, and then form wave. Create create fighting entity. Is there something here? No. So try to find add to fighting entity map. It will find, it will add it here. Initialize fighting entity. Should we? Okay, wait. Create. If it's none, maybe it should not be created. How do we add this then? Register. Ah, okay. Where do we add this? How do we add this? Initialize. Assign. Create. So this by assign then. Yeah, assign. No. Where is it? Create. Where do we okay. Create fighting entity. Try to initialize fighting entity. Create fighting entity. Create fighting entity. Ah, okay. So it needs to go with null in. So we have to and if it's valid. I guess it should work that way already then. If it's valid, go there. Don't add it to the fighting entity map. And output 0 or null. It will not initialize, will not do this. Okay. So this is fine. And from here, we already look for valid. So the errors should be gone now. There are OR-blanks there. Or errors, yes. Okay, still an error in abstract competitor here. Maybe because we do something here. Let's see what the error says. We are here in register, of course. If this one is not null, it contains true. Orpling was already in the list to register use unique IDs, yes. Local orplings, if it does not contain, it will then do this, which will be set here. Okay, then we just go here, valid. If it's valid, do the things, and if not, just skip it. I would assume this works. Now this one is also fixed. Perfect. Now let's play around a little and play with the z-axis. Fighting entity, battle controller. And then clean this up afterwards. Gap X, Q, gap Z. One, three, three, 1, 3, 3. How about this? So we go here, multiply, with Z, and the starting point is plus, and then we add this to Z. And we should see a little curve up, or not curve, like a line up, a diagonal line. I hope. Oh, there's an error. Oh, this is very steep though. Also, maybe they should be a little more near, but this is something we can play around some other time. But what is this? Center was already in the list to register user unique. Ah, of course I didn't give them unique names. If I copy paste, that's the problem. Save. No, it shouldn't give us that error. And there we go. We implemented what we wanted. Nice. So what will we do next time though? The two competitors form up. Now I would have to implement like the rounds and how those things fight with each other and how a battle is concluded and so on. But I rather would like to get this little footing and put it into the real deal. So if an Orpling touches us in the overworld, we start a fight. And that will be a rather complicated thing to do. Because I also need to change how the overworld's Orplings behave. Right now there's just one Orpling going down and then whatever. I want them to be swarms now, not just one. And then randomly choose one and then be the face and materialize. And if you touch the materialized Orpling, the other ones also go to the formation and so on and so on. So I also need the player cluster. So there are many things we have to build until we go to the actual fighting. But yes, that's it for today. Thanks for anyone who is watching or watched or will watch. And see you next time. Bye bye.